In quiet town of Meadowbrook, nestled between rolling green hills, lived a peculiar cow named Betsy. Unlike the other cows in the pasture, Betsy wasn't brown, black, or white, she was blue. Her deep sapphire coat shimmered in the sunlight, and though the villagers adored her, they often whispered about her strange color. Betsy belonged to old farmer Ted, a kind-hearted man who had raised her since she was a calf. "You're special, Betsy," he would say, patting her head. But deep inside, Betsy longed to be like the other cows. She tried rolling in the mud to turn brown, but the rain always washed it away. She even stood in the shade, hoping to fade, but the blue never left her. One summer, Meadowbrook faced an unexpected drought. The river dried up, and the grass turned yellow. The villagers grew worried, for without water, their crops would fail, and their animals would suffer. Farmer Ted did his best to keep Betsy and the other animals fed, but even he knew time was running out. One evening, Betsy wandered beyond the farm, her hooves kicking up dust. She stopped at an old, twisted tree and let out a long sigh. "If only I could do something," she thought. Just then, a faint blue glow shone beneath her hooves. She stepped back and saw a tiny, hidden spring bubbling up from the dry earth. With excitement, Betsy ran back to the village, mooing loudly. Farmer Ted, seeing her urgency, followed her. The villagers, curious about the commotion, tagged along. When Betsy led them to the glowing spring, gasps of amazement filled the air. The water was clear, cool, and just like Betsy, tinted with a soft blue hue. The villagers worked quickly, digging and widening the spring. As water flowed freely, the fields regained their lush green color. The crops revived, and the animals drank happily. Word spread across the land of Meadowbrook's miraculous blue spring, and soon travelers came from far and wide to see it. Betsy became a hero, no longer just a strange-colored cow, but a symbol of hope. The villagers celebrated her, painting murals of her across the town. Children ran to the pasture to feed her treats, and farmers spoke of her with pride. The name Blue Betsy was now spoken with love and gratitude. One evening, as Farmer Ted sat beside her, he smiled and said, "See, Betsy, you weren't meant to blend in. You were meant to shine." Betsy let out a happy moo, finally accepting herself for who she was. As years passed, the blue spring never dried up, and Betsy continued to roam the fields, proud and content. The people of Meadowbrook learned an important lesson that sometimes the things that make us different are the very things that make us extraordinary. And so, Blue Betsy lived out her days as the town's beloved legend, a reminder that uniqueness is a gift, not a burden.